Alright, we made it back from Vegas again this year. Had a blast down there, getting a lot of calls on what the bikes are and were that we use, so we thought we'd kind of run down the row of bikes and kind of show you what we had. These are the stock class bikes that we raced down there. Crater, I think he got third this year. Did pretty good. He's won it before in the past. Cohen won it last year, but he broke his foot this year when he was in the lead, so he kind of wadded up. And I usually race the stock 50 class too, just so I know the track and can help the pros kind of get their bike set up. That's always the funnest class out there because you can kick and shove and push. It's a blast. Abrigo, he was actually healthy this year. He missed the last couple of them because he's been hurt with injuries, but he showed up ready to go this year and just flew. He got second to Derek in the 12-inch class, and he got third in the 10-inch. So he was flying. We were excited for him. He's an in-house BBR test rider, and he's helped us develop a lot of parts over the years. He's right here from Snohomish, Washington, so it's good to see him do so good. He's helped us develop the new 110 frame. It's kind of a prototype setup at this point, but what it's going to be is you can change the motor mounts on it to run either the Honda base 50 motor or the Kawasaki 110 motor. And we've skinnied it up a little bit, the tubes from the last version, and got them steering even better, a little tiny bit longer, moved the pegs around, just kind of the third generation of the 110 frame. So we're excited about that. It's going to be an 09, but get on the list if you want to get one. It's already getting kind of deep. That's the same frame that all these guys ran in Vegas this year. Chris Gossler, he showed up and did pretty good too. He had his usual broken foot and separated shoulder and was pretty banged up, so he wasn't able to ride the 50, but he cruised around on the 110 and made the main and finished somewhere in there. I don't think he did the top 10, but being injured, he still looked great on the bikes. And the graphics on these, getting a lot of calls about those. They're just big bike graphics that we got from N-Style and cut them down, and I cut the seats and redid those so they would fit that bike, but N-Style might be able to help you out on doing those for the mini bikes. And then Derek, he stepped up huge this year. He started testing with us right after Christmas. We flew him up a couple times from Vegas and tested with him. He was running the new 50 frame that's longer, pegs are in a different spot. We just kind of stepped that whole thing up, made it a little bit bigger bike, got it handling even better. Still using the Daytona dual overhead motor in it, which rips. Ported them a little bit different this year, a little bit different carb sizes, just trying to smooth them out, because in Vegas they always spin the tire and that's deadly. You can see the gigantic hole shot he got on this thing from the outside. He got her to hook up and rip. His 110, he was using the new frame on that, and then the 4-valve motor. We tried every motor configuration possible, every bore size, stroke size, carb size, different port jobs, and got that just how he likes it. He's not only the fastest mini bike rider in the world, but he's the best test rider for himself. He knows exactly what he wants. I mean, from brakes to triple clamp offset, valving, he is very particular on that stuff, and he's the best I've ever seen at getting the bike set up for him. He uses oddball settings. Anybody else would get on him and go, what the? But he's fantastic at getting the bike set up for him. Alright, Derek also ran the new straight pole spoke wheels that we're doing. We went to a straight pole setup just so the spokes don't come loose on these. The wheels take a beating on these mini bikes, even more so than on a full-size bike, just because the power to weight is ridiculous on these things. So that's also going to be an 09 setup, the straight pole wheels, a lot lighter too. New D-section muffler, a little bit quieter, has some different steps in it too. Makes it a little bit torquier, so it pulls sooner on the bottom and get a little bit more over rev too. The Taco 4-valve motor, unbelievable in these things. Ported them a little bit, but they're pretty much out of the box with some little tweaks here and there, because each of the riders wants the power in a different spot. Abrigo wants them to rev, Derek wants them to torque, Gossler wants them, to make 40 horsepower everywhere. So we just kind of have to set them up for each individual guy to get it to fit their taste. Jeremy, he couldn't do it this year. He ended up cracking his hip bone practicing for the X Games. So we built his bikes, and Timmy Wiegand stepped in and raced those and did great. He got 4th on the 50, and I think he was in 3rd on the 110 when he got pile driven Vegas style, but he had a blast, and it's always fun to test with him. He's a great test rider for Trans World, Honda R&D, all those guys. So he comes up and kind of gets us to the next level when I've run out of experience and ideas to get them there. Built over 50 bikes this year, more than we ever have. That's not even including all of the customer bikes starting from Christmas time on. So we had a crew assembling these things. It's been a lot of work, but hooked up a lot of our good customers and magazine editors. Adam Booth came out and did it again. He's always fast on them. We had Victor Sheldon, the Thor rep, and all-around good guy. He helps us test all year long, and he came out and did well too. I think he ended up crashing, but he had some fast lap times. And also Tony Espinito, he came out there and did great in the amateur classes. We built a bunch of stock 110s that he raced too. So overall, we had a good time. The next big race is going to be August 2nd over in Spokane. Last year we went over there with the Brigo and Costella and just had a blast. Guys are real friendly that run the track, and they're going to do all kinds of crazy stuff this year. Have a 152 valve class, a tag team race where you put a pro and a kid and an amateur together, and it's going to be a good time. So come on over and check that thing out with us. If you need any parts or testing or advice, places to stay for Spokane, let us know, because it's only 250 miles straight east of Seattle, and we've been over there a few times. Great place, so see you there.